Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Jeff Wadley,
I'm Jennifer Bim.
and welcome to another episode of Out Here LB. Today, this is a special treat for me because we are coming to you from one of my favorite restaurants in all Long Beach, Modica's Deli. Modica's Deli is on the corner of Ocean and Linden, I believe it is, and it serves some of the best. I think this is more of Mediterranean / Italian.
Italian. It's like mostly pasta and
Yeah,
sandwiches.
pasta, sandwiches. They,
Yeah.
they, and they have some nice salads, and
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything they have here that's Mediterranean, really.
Nah.
No, anyway, but
Italian.
but we've always got our salads,
Oh,
Bazam,
coming.
and our food looks like it's. You know, it's always great when we can hit you. That's hers. Yeah.
Yes.
It's always good when we can come to you guys right when we get our food. Thanks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is I got something simple tonight: spaghetti and meatballs.
I have chicken and bow tie pasta.
And she has the chicken and bow tie pasta.
Yeah.
We will be taking some nice nifty pictures. So we just got some bad news, and the bad news is that they don't have our desserts, which is probably a blessing in disguise because
Maybe.
we probably don't need as many desserts. And you know what? That's crazy. The guy just came a second time, and I forgot to ask him for salt. But anyways, Modica's is one of my favorite places. It's right here. I wouldn't call it right on the water, but it's you can kind of see the water from here. It's a beautiful place to come at lunch and just sit out on the corner. It kind of feels like Paris or some exotic place like that where you can just kind of come and hang out and work, or they have coffee in the day. They have great sandwiches, great place for lunch, meetings, or if you just kind of want to hang out by yourself. So, I got some spaghetti, which I'm about to taste it and see how it is. I mean, at some point, we're gonna have to start giving you guys negative reviews. Like every place can't be, every
Like
place
the best place that
can't be
we've
the
ever
best
been.
place ever. So today, you guys,
My pasta tastes kind of bland.
well, most of the people that come here, and the fact that I come here enough, I know that I need some salt. Very good. Now, we're kind of like on the bench about what we want to talk about today. We decided that we were going to talk about the. Can I have some of yours?
Mm-hmm.
What's the chicken?
Mm-hmm. It's a bit bland. See, the toast is delicious though. I love that.
You like the drip? This is my Long Beach, ABC Long Beach. I don't know if you can see it. Long Beach in there. Creative1customs.com, creative number 1 customs, creative ONE customs.com. So we were kind of like wondering what we were going to talk about today because, we didn't really talk about it, but, we decided that we were going to talk about it. But this morning when we woke up and we had coffee, we started talking about the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package that was just passed today. And you know, the first thing I thought was to myself, where have I heard this before? Where have I heard infrastructure before? And realistically, I think I've been hearing infrastructure ever since I was like a teenager.
I mean, what do you think about the infrastructure anyway, now that the camera's on?
It's back on.
Oh.
You know, I don't know. What I was saying earlier is that, me basically, I'm tired of my strings being pulled. You know, I'm tired of people saying, oh, infrastructure and teachers and firemen and police officers, and this is what the people want. And then when it's time to actually get those things, we don't get them. They want me jobs from this and that. And, you know, like, they promise this stuff every year. And I think, in theory, you know, infrastructure sounds beautiful. You know, bridges, there are people that need real jobs. And when I say real jobs, like, not like fast food jobs. You know what I mean? Like, real jobs where they can support their family. You know what I mean? Big up the fast food workers. I mean, you know, well, people need to be able to support their families if you're going to demand their time from them. So, you know, this president has been somewhat of a disappointment for obvious reasons that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube. But I guess I'm gonna be taking shots at YouTube from here on out because you know, for whatever reason. But I feel like we just have to wait and see. You know, I get kind of tired of. With Obama, it was infrastructure. With the guy before Obama, it was infrastructure. With this guy, it's infrastructure or healthcare, or it's always with Bush, with Trump, it was healthcare. So it's just like, okay, so with Trump, it was infrastructure, but it's always next president. You know, quite honestly, I think the American public is a little pissed. You know, I think both sides are pissed. I think both sides are starting to realize that they're not any sides. Both sides are the same side. What do you think?
I read something interesting in that Press Telegram article on the infrastructure, and they said that they were going to be using their excess COVID money to go toward this. My thing is like, though, as far as you know, they said there's going to be a lot of jobs and everything, and so I'm just wondering, you know, for us in California, when this money is being passed out to everyone, when it gets here, how is it going to be distributed? Who is actually going to benefit from the bill? Who's going to get jobs? Who's going to get money?
I would dare to say whoever donated money is going to be awarded contracts.
Interesting.
Wherever lobby, you get certain people in office, they're going to be the ones who get the contracts. I think what's going to happen is that it's going to be like Iraq. People are charging like $5,000 for a toilet. There's going to be a lot of pocketing of money.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of overcharging. No oversight. Writing blank checks and, like, where stuff is like falling down 5-10 years later, you know what I mean? And pardon me for being cynical, because I am cynical. You see spaghetti, how it's smoking? That's Modica's deli, y'all. But I'm going through a thing in my life right now where I'm really losing faith in our institutions, in our churches. I was talking to Jennifer the other day, just saying like, I believe in myself. I believe in my ability to get up and get things done. Because nine times out of 10, I'm not gonna let myself down. You know what I mean? But we live in a strange time right now. There are people saying that we live in a we've slid over to a different dimension. This is like weird or whatever. But I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't feel confident. I feel confident that the rich is gonna get richer, the poor is gonna get poorer, because that's business. I won't say how, but for example, I feel like we as a people are being distracted. You know what I mean? I feel like the rich is continuing to get rich, and those of us who are working jobs, we're being pitted against each other. Gay against straight,
okay, now
black against white.
Speaking of jobs and this whole thing, because I know it's on the news and then they keep mentioning there's going to be a lot of jobs. So I want to talk about, like, who are we confident that any of people who really need jobs,
I mean, look,
worded that way, are going to get them?
Well, I think if you ain't qualified, you shouldn't get no job. I don't think jobs should go to people who are not qualified. I don't want people who can't build bridges building bridges. I don't want people who can't build roads building roads. However, I would like to see educational programs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because $1 trillion is a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And, we can't expect for this work to be done overnight. So why not have, Maxine Waters has a great training program, and I think it's either in Watts or Compton,
I think
where, she has a assortment of different vocations you can take, and if you work for the company that hires you for a year, your tuition is paid off. I think that, big ups to Maxine Waters for her initiative in that area, which is why I think she continues to be re-nominated and re-elected for the Senate here. I think she's the senator, or she's the congressman.
She's a congressman.
The congressman of California, one of them. I think there's 2 congressmen, 2 senators. You know what I mean? So wine is good. But yeah, just like I'm, like when I'm last week we did episode about the metaverse, and I'm super excited about the metaverse. and just finished editing that today, and going to be uploading it soon. But you know, when we start talking about infrastructure and politics, and I get extremely frustrated, and I think that reflects most of how the country feels. That ain't getting they don't got a silver spoon in their mouth. You know what I mean? And to be honest, like, I don't think you ought to have a silver spoon in your mouth in a country with $20 trillion liquid resources at any given time. You know what I mean? And, you know, like, I'm fortunate, like, I work and I make a pretty good living, you know, and most people I know are pretty taken care of for the most part. Like, nobody's on the street, nobody's living third world. Like, we're out eating tonight, you know, and it's like nothing, whatever. But I think that overall, there's a feeling of distrust and there's a feeling of division. I do not feel like we're in the United States. I feel like we're in the states of divide y'all however we can. And that's what I was mentioning before. Like, I feel like it's gays against, you know, straights, blacks against whites, men against women now. You know what I mean? Like, children against teachers, dogs against cats. Like, I mean, wherever there can be a divide. And the thing is, most people got more in common than they do not in common. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the minute that we find something to unify us, here comes a scandal, or here comes a race relation issue, or here's this and here's that. And, like, I know that doesn't have anything to do with infrastructure, because that's what we're talking about. but we are talking about the $1.2 trillion bill that was just passed on infrastructure, and me not believing that that's going to be something that materializes fast enough to really make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah. Speaking on that, I think too, you know, because we're in a very difficult time, you know, with the whole pandemic and people having lost their jobs. A lot of people.
I mean, a lot of people lost their job. A lot of people don't even want to go back to work because they're getting some type of subsidized payment from the government not to work.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird. I mean, I could have stayed home because I'm an entrepreneur, but I decided to go out and get a job. I don't know. I probably would have gained 100 pounds just sitting around at home getting a check, because you know, all you could do was go to the grocery store at the time. It's like, you know, you couldn't really, you know, do anything but get fat. So, you know, I'm grateful to be working. I'm grateful to have chosen to work. But I don't know. I feel like, instead of feeling like I'm being led by a government, I feel like I'm being led by a corporation with corporate interests. I don't know, you guys. Like, I hope I'm just not being. I hope I'm not jaded. I hope I'm not in a just having a midlife crisis or something where I can't read the signs. I don't understand what's going on and within our country right now. But
well, the infrastructure thing, I think in theory, it's a great thing.
Here's the thing. When Obama was president, and I'm not even a Barack Obama fan. Like, I feel like I owe any politician scrutiny. So just because you're a black dude, and that's all good, but I'm not gonna look at you like, oh, you just get a blanket pass on whatever. Like, you still have to perform. You feel me? And I feel like, but I will say this: there was an illusion, or at least a feeling, that we were united. Yeah, people disagreed, and yeah, you know, Republicans felt a certain type of way, Democrats felt a certain type of way. But I didn't feel this energy, like, matter of fact, with no other president. Bush, Clinton, Bush Senior, Reagan. I never felt such a feeling of just discord and division in what's supposed to be the United States. And I feel like, you know,
this president?
Just this administration and the last one. Just a spirit of discord and, like, disunity, and, like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, anything but togetherness, anything but cohesiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like, That's what I feel like. Like we're just in a situation where it's like wherever there can be division played, and then on top of that, I kind of feel like we're getting punked by our government. And instead of our government listening to us, it's dictating to us what we should be doing, and that's weird. We were supposed to talk about infrastructure, y'all, but apparently, like, we talking about government. So, yeah, I just that's leaving a bad taste in my mouth. I'm hoping that, because after all, this democracy is it's an experiment. I don't think it's ever really been done successfully for such a long time at any point in history before now, in the way that it's being done here. So, like, mistakes will be made. People are just people, and that's why we have, I guess, checks and balances, so that shit don't get out of hand. But I'm starting to feel like shit is getting out of hand. You know what I mean? Like I feel like shit wants to get out of hand. You know what I mean? Just by this whole, we could talk about cancel culture. We could have. Just with cancel culture and people being canceled people being canceled for their right to express themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You want to erase this and do one over?
That's weird to me. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a Joe Smo jerk off dude eating pasta,
I'm stuck.
But anyway, as far as the infrastructure, I think it's great if it goes the way it's supposed to go. And
but he doesn't think it is. He doesn't think it is gonna go.
Nah, I just think these fools have been talking about infrastructure for the last 30 years. And it's like, okay, a bridge go up here, a road gets fixed there. It's like there's nothing sweeping. And the fact that there ain't no broadband internet in the country, what is that about? Anyway, y'all, I guess I'll keep my head down. Hope they don't come for me, but by the way, we got some key lime pie, and we got a shady brownie. Now I guess Modica's kind of losing some points because we're supposed to get some chocolate cake in this piece. No, first we're supposed to get some carrot cake in this piece, and that didn't happen. Are we eating this now or are we taking this with us?
I want to taste some. You're going to finish all of it anyway.
They do have some of the best key lime pie, I think.
Yeah.
The crust is really good.
Oh my goodness. Do they make this here or do they order it? I don't know, but it's good.
I doubt it. Anyway, you guys.
This is so good.
Thank you for joining us from Modica today.
And I encourage you, if you have an organization or anything like that, to maybe research or find out where that money is going and if you can get some of it. So,
yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If all the wrong people ain't hoarding it, like the PPP money.
Yeah.
Like,
find out now.
That's kind of how I feel. Like, PPP money is supposed to go to people in need.
Mm-hmm.
How Staples Centers get $10 million?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like, wait, what? Anyway, so obviously I'm in my feelings. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. If you like the drip, creative1customs.com, creativeonecustoms.com, creative1customs. Check my stuff out. Anyway, we'll see you next week or next podcast. You guys have a good night.